What's going on YouTube? This is Austin here from Austin and Dakota coming at you again with another video for you guys tonight. And tonight's video, I messed up when I did my updated black metal CD collection. I forgot to show a couple albums, so I'm redoing the whole video. That's right. This is my updated black metal CD collection. Before I get started, I just want to say now that this is probably going to be my 500th video. Thank you guys so much for the continued support over the years. 500 videos. I've done a lot. I upload when I can. But yeah, let's just go ahead and crack right into it. I got a lot of black metal to get through, and I don't want to take up too much of time. So let's just jump right into it. Alright, so the first black metal album I'm going to talk about, we're going to go to Poland for this one. And the plastic sleeve that I've kept it in for so long is beginning to wane. So yeah, we're going to go to Poland first for this album. And I'm talking about some early Behemoth. So this is Behemoth with their album From the Pagan Vastlands. Not their debut full length. This is in fact a demo that they did. I've gotten a lot of complaints that oh, Behemoth is not black metal anymore, or they're not black metal, they're more along the lines of Black and Death. Here's the thing, I did my research, and before Behemoth switched their sound, they were black metal. So I don't want to hear any complaining in the comments when this video goes out. I believe this was their 4th demo. I've kept it in this plastic sleeve over here for so long that I'm finally taking it out. From Hordelands to Lindsfarne, Vywinter Kingdom, Summoning of the Ancient Ones, The Dance of the Pagan Flames, this is a Black Vengeance of the Almighty. This is a great demo. If you can somehow track down a copy of this demo, definitely pick it up. Highly recommend it. So that's Behemoth with From the Pagan Vastlands. Alright, next up, we're going to go to Norway. Norway, a very popular location for black metal. Fantastic country and fantastic location spot for black metal. Now, this man, say what you want about him. I disagree with his politics, but I'll just say now, this man was a musical genius. And I'm talking about Varg Vikernes and his project Burzum, or Burzum, as he likes to call it. This is his album Det Som Engeng Var. You had the first album, self-titled, more along the lines of kind of thrash. But then you get to Det Som Engeng Var, and he just bumps it all the way up. Say what you want about Varg. I know the dude is a total nutcase, but the guy's a goddamn musical genius. So yeah, say what you want about Varg. Like I said, he's a musical genius. This album, really roomy, really atmospheric, very dark. Sorry if some of these albums are going to give up. Some of these albums, I forgot to mention, they're going to give off a glare, so apologies in advance. The track Key to the Gate, Lost Wisdom. Some of the best tracks, some of the best Burzum songs are on this album. I'd say the first, anything after Det Som Engeng Var I like. So, Vis Lyset Taros, which is kind of an introduction to atmospheric black metal, then you get to Philosophem. But anyways, excellent album, my favorite Burzum for sure. Alright, now we're going to get to the nitty gritty. We are going to go now, we're going to stick with Norway, but this is all going to be, all the albums are by one band. And that's going to be the mighty Darkthrone. That's right, Darkthrone. I can't wait to show my Darkthrone stuff. Very much looking forward to showing my Darkthrone stuff. I'm excited, as you can tell. One of my favorite black metal bands of all time. So let's continue on with Darkthrone. So next up for the collection update, this is Darkthrone with A Blaze in the Northern Sky. This is going to give off a massive glare, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is a classic. It took me a couple listens to really sit down and get comfortable with this, because I loved what they did on Soulside Journey, and I thought this was probably kind of a step in the wrong direction a little bit, because it had some tints of death metal in there. But then the next album I'm going to talk about, so they really nailed it. But In the Shadow of the Horns, you all know it. You all should know it. If not, go get this album and listen to it. That's Darkthrone with A Blaze in the Northern Sky. Next up, this is Under a Funeral Moon, third album, 1993. I've had this for so long, I think the case is starting to chip and wane a little bit, but fantastic. This is where they really nailed that icy, cold, unrelenting, not icy, but that cold, unrelenting black metal sound. But this is just, if you're looking for stuff off of Blaze in the Northern Sky, you're not going to get that here. This album, stripped down, raw, nasty black metal. This album is just nasty, but it's great too. I kind of prefer this over A Blaze in the Northern Sky, to be quite honest with you. Natasja and Eternal Sleep, Summer of the Diabolical Holocaust, Unholy Black Metal, To Walk the Infernal Fields. Yeah, great album. And then continue on with Darkthrone. Fourth album, their best album in my opinion, Transylvanian Hunger. This to me is their best album. They really nailed the Norwegian sound on this album. Darkthrone is for all the evil in man, which I kind of found to be awesome. A nice quote there. Varg helped write lyrics for this album, so the first 4 songs is everything written by Fenriz. Fourth album also, or the other 4 songs are written by Varg. But yeah, third track, love it. I don't speak Norway, but you get the gist of it. But yeah, that's Darkthrone with Transylvanian Hunger. Not only is this my favorite Darkthrone album, this is also my favorite black metal album of all time. Bar none, no question about it. So then ending my Darkthrone CDs is Astral Fortress. But came out in 2022. Between this and Amagander by Satanic Warmaster, this was my favorite black metal album of 2022. Loved Astral Fortress. Their recent one, It Beckons Us All, I actually enjoyed that album. Some of the tracks on there were enjoyable. Yeah, great stuff. Impeccable Caverns of Satan, Stalagmite Necklace, Kevorkian Times. The longest song on here is The Sea, Beneath the Seas of the Sea. Yeah, great stuff. Love this album. Definitely check it out. Really, really good stuff. So that's Darkthrone with Astral Fortress. I'm still missing a bit of Darkthrone, but that's all I own for Darkthrone. Alright, so we are now going to go to... We're leaving Norway now. We're going to Sweden for this one. One of my favorite black metal band of all time. I only got one of their albums to show, unfortunately. And that would be the mighty Dark Funeral. So this is their album. Yeah, nice chip right there at the bottom, but that's okay. This is a Terra Totus Sanctus. Came out in 2005 off Regain Records, I think. Great stuff, man. King Antichrist. 666 voices inside. Just some really evil black metal from these guys. Love every minute of this album. This is great. I love this album. The only original member of Dark Throne left in the group is Lord Ackerman. He's the only one left, unfortunately. So, but that's okay though. Alright, so now we're going from Sweden, we're going to Australia now. I think Australia is underrated when you talk about black metal. They've got a good black metal scene. Not a lot of Australian black metal I like, but this band in particular, I like his stuff, and that's Asgore, aka Drowning the Light. So I got a couple of his albums here. So I got lucky and I got them off Discogs. So this is Drowning the Light with Through the Noose of Existence. I believe his third album after World Long Dead. This was limited to 200 copies. You can see there at the bottom. Yeah, I love this album. Really bordering along the, really kind of bordering the line of the SBM. Great stuff. Forgotten Marshes, Through the Noose of Existence, Haunted Seas, and this is a short album. It's only 5 tracks, but it's great. If you like DSBM and you like Drowning the Light, definitely recommend Through the Noose of Existence. So the only other Drowning the Light album I have is this one. This is an alignment of Dead Stars. People say that this is Drowning the Light's best album. I can definitely see why. But yeah, I'm a big Drowning the Light fan. Great stuff off this album. Distant Autumn Rain, The Cold of Shadows, The Flame, Drinking the Sacrament of Eternity, parentheses, Revenge of the Impaler, Dragged to an Ocean Grave, Gone, In a Time of Honor. Yeah, this is a great album. Kind of bordering DSBM again, but yeah, definitely check it out. That's Drowning the Light with an alignment of Dead Stars. Alright, we're gonna go back to Sweden now for this album. Actually, no, wait, we're not going to Sweden. Sorry. We're not going to Sweden. We're going to Italy. Sorry about that. Yeah, we're going to Italy for this next album. And it's by a band that I think is very underrated. When you think of black metal or atmospheric black metal, your mind immediately goes to either Burzum, Kaladin Brood, Wolves in the Throne Room. I think this man right here is underrated. And I'm talking about Andreas Tileni, aka Fear of Eternity. This is the demo that he did. So yeah, this is Funeral Mass. I love this demo. People kind of question Fear of Eternity because the vocals. I question the vocals too, but same time though, I think Andreas is a musical genius. Yeah. Really, really good demo. Between this, Toward the Castle and Spirit of Sorrow, I think this is some of his best work, unpopular opinion. I mean, Evil Premonition, Frightful, Crying Cold Tears, Conducted to the Grave. It's got a really nice blend of atmosphere on here between like church organs and all that. Very nice blend. So that's Fear of Eternity with Funeral Mass. Great album. Great demo, I should say. Alright, now we're going to Sweden for this one. Didn't know who this band was until I turned on their music. And oh my god, this band is just evil as heck. I forget the name of their album that came out last year. I just remembered it now. Into the Outer Wilderness. I'm talking about Grafitner. So this is Grafitner with Death Swings Widespread. Yeah, really good album. I love the album art. See a dragon right there looking awesome. I got lucky and I got this off FYE. Took a while for it to get here, but to me it was just well worth the wait. This is just an amazing album. One that doesn't get talked about too much by a lot of black metal fans, and that's a darn shame. I mean, Helvet Snot, self-titled Track Into the Unknown, Inner Void, Wounded Knight's Flesh. Such an amazing album. This is evil, sinister, nasty black metal. If you like that, you'll like this album. So that is Grafitnir with Death's Wings Widespread. Came out in 2020. Alright, now we're going back to Norway for this album. This album is just legendary when it comes down to Norwegian black metal. So I'm going to quit talking about it and hold it up. This is Immortal with Diabolical Full Moon Mysticism. Came out in 1992. Debut full length. This is when they had a Both. It was a Both, Armageddon, and Demonaz. Of course, after this album, they would go on to lose Armageddon. I think Armageddon went off on his own and formed his own band. I can't remember. Someone let me know in the comments. This is kind of a Bathory tribute album or a Bathory worship album, but I like it either way. I mean, The Call of the Winter Moon to start things off, great. Cryptic Winter Storms, Cold Winds of Funeral Dust. If you like Bathory, you'll really like this album. So that is Immortal with Diabolical Full Moon Mysticism. Alright, so next up, we're coming back to the United States for these next few albums. Literally, the next few albums are all by US black metal bands. To me, in my opinion, I don't think the United States gets enough credit for black metal. There's some really, really good US black metal. And I've got another album from the US that I'm going to show. I'm doing this all in alphabetical order. So before anyone says in the comments that I'm going out of alphabetical order, I'm not. I'm staying in alphabetical order. I'm just doing it by country. By country in alphabetical order. So, alright. Moving on, let's talk about some US black metal. So next album that I own. This is Inquisition with Ominous Doctrines of the Perpetual Mystical Macrocosm. Ominous Doctrines, you know what I mean. Yes, by far their best album. And this is my favorite Inquisition album. Yeah, love this album. What's really interesting is they used this album art for the cover. But inside the booklet, next to the picture of Inquisition, right here is the actual album art. All you would really need to do is just cover up your hand, and then there you go. There's the actual album art. So I'm very surprised they actually changed the album art for this album. I don't know if it was a licensing issue, or they just couldn't get the rights to use it, but this is a really sweet cover nonetheless. Desolate Funeral Chant, man. Great stuff. Inquisition. Ominous Doctrines. Alright, now I'm going to go to an album, or a couple albums now, by a band that I don't think gets enough credit. My favorite US black metal band of all time, and that's going to be Judas Iscariot. So this is Judas Iscariot. This is the next album I own. This is Heaven in Flames. This came out after Distant and Solitary Night. I liked Distant and Solitary Night. I haven't finished listening to it yet, but I will. Pure nihilistic black metal. no politics. Judas Iscariot fans will say that this is his best album. I actually disagree. But this is my second favorite Judas Iscariot album. But I mean, in Eternal Kingdom of Fire, Gaze Upon Heaven in Flames, Before a Circle of Darkness, From Hateful Visions, Spill the Blood of the Lamb. Yeah, this is great stuff. I love this album. But, yeah, like I said, Heaven in Flames is not my favorite Judas Iscariot album. If I had to choose a Judas Iscariot that's my favorite, it'd be this album. This is unfortunately his last album that he put out. This is To Embrace the Corpse's Bleeding. This is just him at his angriest and most evil. Yep, my favorite Judas Iscariot album is this one. Just wall-to-wall, nasty, hateful black metal. I Woke to a Night of Pain and Carnage. Bathed in Clouds of Blood, that track rules. Where Eagles Cry and Vultures Laugh. In the Valley of Death, I Am Their King. Spectral Dance of the Macabre. And the dead burst forth from their tombs. Great way to end the album. Yeah. Love this album. If you can track it down, definitely pick it up. That's Judas Iscariot with To Embrace the Corpse's Bleeding. Alright, now we're going to stay in the US. This is an album by a band that I don't hear too many people talk about, and it's a darn shame. They're up-and-comers in black metal, and that'd be these guys right here. Lord Humongous. This is their album, Raped by the Nukes, put out by Gems, J-E-M-S. Such amazing blackened thrash here. This is great stuff. I love this album so much. I remember getting this off Bandcamp, and I popped it in for the first time, and yeah, great stuff. They've got the look of Mad Max. That's what their things about. Mad Max. Great stuff. Greetings from the Humongous, Just Walk Away. Great stuff. Good way to start the album. Terminal Psychotic, White Line Nightmare, The Toe Cutter. It's not a long album at all. But if you can track down this album, definitely do yourself a favor and pick this album up. Great stuff, man. So yeah, that is Lord Humongous with Raped by the Nukes. That's most of my US black metal. I got one more from the US that I'll show next. But for right now, we're going back to Sweden. Legendary Swedish black metal here. And it goes to show that this album, or that this band has no sign of slowing down. So this is Marduk with Panzer Division Marduk. First off, I love the cover. It has a tank. Self-titled track, Baptism by Fire. The inside of this is broken, and it's getting more broke by the minute. Disc may fall out when I show the inside, maybe. I don't know. I gotta get some new cases because, yeah, that's not wanting to stay. But yeah, self-titled track, Baptism by Fire, Blood Dawn. Some of the best tracks on this album. Really, really heavy, aggressive stuff by Marduk. Definitely check this album out. So that's Marduk with Panzer Division Marduk. Alright, next up from Sweden, we're going back over to Norway. A legendary band that I wouldn't say gets enough attention, but they get enough attention because of their disturbing past. And you guys know what band I'm talking about Mayhem. So next up, this is Mayhem with their EP Death Crush. This was my introduction to Mayhem. But yeah, good album. Good EP, I should say. This was just kind of a teaser as to what was to come. I mentioned this when I did, when I first shot this video, but I'm reshooting it. What I realized is, in small font, I don't know if anyone can see that, it says The True Mayhem. So that's what they also went by. I love the song Death Crush. That opening riff. But my favorite track off here is Necrolust. Great stuff. I love the beginning riff off that. Definitely check out Mayhem. That's Death Crush. Mayhem, live in Leipzig. This is the true Mayhem lineup with Dead on lead vocals. Yes, I realize this was recorded in 1990. Yes, the vocals on this are pretty much garbage, but you do get that true Mayhem sound. It's amazing. It's giving off a wicked glare though, but great tracks. I love Dead's vocals, especially on the song The Freezing Moon. When it's cold and when it's dark. Great stuff, man. He completely shreds his vocals on this, but it's great stuff. I love it. Love Live in Leipzig. So this is a split that Mayhem did with another band. I'm not too familiar with Morbid, but I just show it because it's Mayhem. So this is the Morbid Mayhem split that they did. This is a tribute to the Black Emperors. I can't brush up any information on this split. I really can't, unfortunately. But this split's got some good songs on it. So yeah, Morbid goes first, and then Mayhem. Obviously, Mayhem does The Freezing Moon, Necrolust off Death Crush, Funeral Fog, Carnage. Morbid does My Dark Subconscious. Interesting enough, that's supposed to say Winds of Funeral. But this is a good split. Very rare. This is a rare split. If you can track it down, definitely pick it up. So that is Morbid Mayhem with a tribute to the Black Emperors. Good stuff. I love that split. Alright. Back to the United States we go. And I was surprised that I got this in a DVD case. Mordant Red, if you're watching this, I'm about ready to show your EP here, man. I love this EP. So this is Mordant Red with Fuck Your Feeble World. Yes, I cussed. Don't judge me. That's literally the name of the EP. Don't judge me. But yeah, this is a great EP. Big ups to Mordant Red for sending this to me. Huge fan of their music. I can't wait for the full length that they're gonna put out. It's gonna be awesome. Pretty much the vocals by Ravogue Vermithrax is so ear-piercing. It's almost sounding like he's shredding his vocals at a point. But this is amazing. Definitely check it out. Children of Spider Creek, 15 Winners, Acrimony, Awry. Great stuff, man. This is Mordant Red with Your Feeble World. Great stuff. Alright. I don't know where these guys are from. I'm gonna say Norway. Either Norway or Sweden. Oh, they're from Sweden, that's right. They're from Sweden. And in my opinion, one of the most underrated black and death metal bands of all time. And that would be this band right here. This is Sacramentum with Far Away from the Sun. Amazing album. I love this album to death. One of my all-time favorite albums. Literally, one of my favorite albums ever. Ever. I love this album. Love this album by Sacramentum. Okay, two more after this, but nothing will compare to Far Away from the Sun. I mean, Fog's Kiss, self-titled track, When Night Surrounds Me, Obsolete Tears, Beyond Hollow Horizons, Darkness Falls for Me. Love this album. Great, great stuff. So yeah, that is Sacramentum, Far Away from the Sun. Alright. We're now going to Finland. We're going to show Finland some love. I've got one album left, and my black metal CD collection will be over. Thanks for sticking with me. But yes, we're going to Finland now for this one. One of the best black metal bands of all time, and that's going to be Sargeist. So, this is Sargeist, Satanic Black Devotion, debut album. This is great. My second favorite black metal album of all time. My favorite obviously being Transylvanian Hunger. But I can flip-flop between these two any day. Some days this is my favorite black metal album. Oh shoot. I did not want to stay in there. But yeah, self-titled track. Frowning Existing. Glorification, Panzer God. The 6th track on this album, love it. Yeah, this is a great album. 9 tracks in all. Really evil, sinister black metal. Definitely check it out. So that's Sargeist with Satanic Black Devotion. Sticking with Sargeist, this is their 3rd album, Let the Devil In, released in 2010. I always flip back and forth as to which Sargeist album I like. This album or Satanic Black Devotion. But yeah, Let the Devil In, great album as well by Sargeist. Their 2nd album, not so much. I didn't really like their 2nd album. But this is just a good, nice little rebound. This is a reissue. I mean, Empire of Suffering, From the Black Coffin Lair, self-titled track. You cannot go wrong with Let the Devil In. Great stuff. So yeah, that's Sargeist with Let the Devil In from 2010. Alright, this is the last album in my updated black metal CD collection. Whew, a lot of albums here, so I'll just go and get this one out of the way. One of the best Norwegian black metal bands, period. This is Satyricon with Dark Medieval Times. Their debut. My opinion, their best album. I love this reissue that Moonfog did for this album, but this is such an amazing album. Really atmospheric, a really atmospheric black metal here. Yeah, I love this album by Satyricon. I mean, Walk the Path of Sorrow, self-titled, Into the Mighty Forest. Great album, man. Great album. If you don't have it, definitely pick it up. So that's Satyricon with Dark Medieval Times. And that brings a close to my updated black metal CD collection. A lot of black metal. But it's one of my favorite subgenres. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, comment, like, subscribe down below. Be sure you hit the bell so that way you don't miss any more videos like this in the near future. Thank you guys so much for the support these last few years. And I will see you guys in the next video.